Hi, this is Debbie Donovan from Londonderry, New Hampshire with Being Happy Stamping with Debbie. Today we're going to make cards doing the sweet ice cream set in celebration of my birthday and all the January birthdays we have in my family. We have almost the entire calendar, as I had said before. Today is actually my mother-in-law's birthday, so happy birthday to Bertha. And sorry she's not online, but I'm sending her birthday wishes anyways. And I have brother-in-laws, nieces, nephews, grandnieces, great nieces, granddaughter, friends, other family members. So we pretty much take up all of January. So I wanted to save this set because it was ice cream. And one of my favorite memories is ice cream. Who doesn't like ice cream for their birthday? And I certainly am having ice cream on Saturday, which is my birthday. So I'm going to show you the cards that I'm going to do. One of the cards I got my inspiration from. This is a card I got from a friend last year for Easter, my friend Laura Malone, who's one of my co-sister stampers with New England Stamp Inkers. And it's a happy Easter, and then it opens up again. And so this is my interpretation of it using the ice cream set. So I did, this calls for confetti and then opens up and says happy birthday, and you have all the ice cream cones on the inside. So that's one card we'll be making. Another card, I seem to like the Coastal Cabana because I used it a lot. It matches really nice with the brown. This one I really like the embossing of the DSP. So I used the Dainty Diamonds, which I will show you again. And it's just a simple card that says, you melt my heart. And in the inside, I didn't stamp anything, but it would say happy birthday on it. And then the third card we're going to make is a shaker card. The easy shaker card that I did before with the polar bear set. I'm drawing a blank right now, which is from what the name of the set was. It was the winter set. I just called it the polar bear set because I used the polar bear featured in all of them. And it says, treat yourself. And on the inside, I added a gift card holder so that you can put a gift card in there. And I made it a little tight, so on the next one, I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. And I stamped an ice cream cone and put thank you. So you can send this to somebody that you just want to send them a birthday card or a happy card with ice cream, and you want to have them treat themselves to some ice cream because everybody likes ice cream. I mean, when I was a child, we would go out for Sunday drives or come back from fishing, from deep sea fishing, and me and my brothers would be in the back seat, and knowing my dad loves his favorite food is ice cream, and would start, ice cream, you scream, we all scream, ice cream, we scream for ice cream. And my dad would always stop at our favorite ice cream stand. And one of my favorite ice creams, which you will see I did use, was blackberry. I'm going to say blackberry bliss because that's the color I used, but it was blackberry, black raspberry. Thank you. Got it in my mind. So I'm going to turn you down so we can get started now, and I hope you like the cards. This is always the hardest part, just making sure it goes down smooth. And a little check to see if you can see me, which is the ice cream set. Okay. So the first card we're going to work on is going to be, I did change up my colors, so this one with the black raspberry ice cream, I believe it is. Nope. It's going to be this card here. So I pre-prepped everything, and I want to tell you about this new oval punch, double oval punch. I am loving this. It punches out two size ovals so that you can put a saying or sentiment on this size, and then use this for your background color. But for me, I was able to use it perfectly to punch out the ice cream cone for the center of these cards that I used. So I'm going to get a lot of use out of that. So I used the double oval punch, and I already did put the dimensionals on the back so I didn't forget. And then you're going to use the third largest stitched rectangle in the So Sentimental, and this is Purple Posy color. The So Sentimental set is right here, and the dies are the stitched rectangle dies. So the third largest, the third largest, so that would be 1, 2, 3. That's the one that you would use for it, which made this one. And then the second smallest in the same set, and also I got the saying, this calls for confetti, from the So Sentimental set. You can see it says it right there. So I like to prep my cards because it saves time cutting them. I will do some stuff later at the end of the video. This is a piece of ice cream. Make sure you cut it going the right way. It's a piece that's 1.5 inches this way by 5 this way. The inside of your card, this one happens to be 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. That's the very inside, because this is a fun fold. Well, I don't know if you'd call it a fun, yeah, you'd call it a fun fold because it has many, many layers. And I already stamped it with the Blackberry Bliss and Happy Birthday. And then this piece right here is 8.5 by 5. Again, make sure you cut it in the right direction so that your ice creams, when you open it, are in the center. And you want to score it at 4 inches. That's going to be your mid layer. And then the outer layer of cardstock, I used Blackberry Bliss. And it's 6.5 by 6.5 this way by 5.5 this way, scored on the right side at 2 inches. Then you're going to take your bone folder. I can find my bone folder here under everything. You're going to burnish your edges on everything that's folded. You want to burnish your edge. You'll be redoing it again after you put it together. So in here you can put your happy birthday. Let me pull my mat up. I'm going to be doing some stamping, so I do have my little mat under there. I suppose I could save it till I come to the stamping part. Although the mat I have under there is already pretty soft. And it would probably work just as good as that mat. I'm using my ATG gun again. One of my gray hairs is. Decided to join the party. Get that out of there. So I do really like the new Stampin' Seal. It's just, we used it all up, so I have to, my daughter's putting in an order. She's one of my downlines. That's also, I have 2 downlines that have birthdays in January, so they'll be getting gifts because I do give my downlines gifts for their birthdays, for Christmas, for their anniversaries, and I have 3 downlines having anniversaries this quarter. And so I'm very generous with my downlines. And then you're going to take this layer after, if you could see, I put the happy birthday in, and then you're going to put it a lot of well, not a lot, but put some adhesive all across the back because the whole back is going to be glued down. And you want to center that from top to bottom. And this is where I said you're going to re-burnish because now we have all the layers all put together. And you want to get a good fold on that. Then you're going to take this piece here. It's a very quick card once you have it cut. Like I said, I find all the cards I make are pretty easy, but for a new stamper, I guess they're intimidating. So next week I decided to break open a paper pumpkin to show how easy that is for a beginner stamper. I did do this. You're going to just center on the little flap. got it a little bit crooked. It's hard when I'm trying to keep everything, make sure it's in the camera. It's a different angle I'm used to working at. Well, good luck today. It's because it's almost my birthday. My mom told me the day that I was born, she couldn't stop cleaning the house, which is that burst of energy that I don't really remember getting with my 3 children, but she also shoveled underneath the clothesline. She said she had a backache all day. Yeah, her backache was back labor. Me saying, hey, I want to come join the world. I wished I had waited. My dad's birthday is 10 days from now, so my favorite color being purple, I would have preferred to have a February birthday. Like, couldn't you have waited just 2 days? But that's okay. I like January. My cousins and everybody. Then you're going to put some adhesive on this side. But it would have been nice seeing I'm the only girl and I was definitely a daddy's girl, to have been born on his birthday. He would have loved that. Like I said, my favorite memory, one of them from childhood, is having ice cream with Dad. Even when he was going through his illness, before he passed away, he got his ice cream, and it was so cute because he used to rub his feet when he was eating his ice cream because he liked it so much. Then my youngest granddaughter, we gave her some ice cream and she started rubbing her feet, and we just laughed hysterically seeing that she was taken after her great-grandpa. It's just something that we really enjoyed. Because she loved her Grandpa Charlie. She has a picture of her and him on her nightstand, and she was only 3 when he passed away. So there's that one card. I hope you like it. It's got black raspberry ice cream or blackberry bliss. And this calls for confetti. It's really jimmies all over the place, but it can be confetti. Then you open it up. It has more ice creams of every flavor you can imagine. And says, happy birthday. That's a pretty quick card to make as long as you get the measurements right. And we have our bingo Friday night. So after our bingo, I'll be able to start putting all the measurements up on our website for you so that you'll be able to copy them. And you can replay this tape over and over and write the measurements down. So the next card we're going to make is this one, which is You Melt My Heart. And for this one, I used the, what's it called? Essential Tag Punch. And then I covered it with a bow so you don't really get to see the little scoops here, but I wanted it to look like a little tag. And I don't know if I got to show you, if you got a good look at it, what that looked like. And I know, I forgot. You like me to bring the cards up to the camera. I don't know how close. Like I said, when I put the camera down, it's hard for me to be able to tell how close I am to you and if I'm in the right spot. So this is our next card we're going to make. Let's see. I kept the main colors, but I did change out the little oval. I want to show you a couple things. Did I keep it here? So last week with the hydrangeas, I had embossed the DSP, which I had never done before, and I really liked it. And even though this already looked like cones, I wanted to pop it to make it, you know, give it a 3D look. And so I used this Dainty Diamonds embossing folder, which is one of our folders that is current. The only thing is when I took it out, I noticed all these white lines had popped from the other side. So what I did to solve the problem was I took my crumb cake, because I didn't want to go too dark, and I just went over the top of them to this. I did most of it already. I just wanted to leave some to show you. I went over the top of them to take some of that white away. Still shows a little bit, but not as bad. Yeah. And I'm sure if I had used the cider one, the cinnamon cider, it would have been fine. So this piece is cut at 4 by 5 1/4, embossed with Dainty Diamonds and colored over with the crumb cake blends, which I just showed you. Again, I used the double oval punch to punch me out some ice cream cones. I don't know what blue ice cream is. Blueberry? And it has the black raspberry. This goes to the other one. This is our stitched oval dies, which are still current. They come in a set. It's the second largest stitched oval. So it's this one right here. I'm using this one right here on another set at the moment, so I kept it with it. But what I like about this set is that it comes with the circles, the ovals, and the squares. So it's a very good investment for you if you're looking to start you know, buying some dies. And this is Pool Party. And then we have a piece that's 2.5 by 5 and it's 2.25 by 5.25. Sorry about that. The inside piece, I believe, is going to be, this is one that was already cut, so I'll have to check that. I used to cut them smaller than I cut them now, and then I used Coastal Cabana, and it's 8.5 this way by 5.5 this way, scored at 4.25. And you're gonna burnish that in the middle. Fold it over and just use your bone folder. And this one has the black raspberry ribbon. I'm going to just add some, we'll pretend this is some of the, well, it's adhesive anyways, but we'll pretend that it's the stamp and seal. I forgot to put my piece down I wanted to put down. Snip that off. Don't need extra back here. You want to put this piece down first, but it doesn't matter because I at a spot that I can do it in. So this is what the regular look like. I mean, you can feel the embossing, so it makes it look different, but you could see whichever one you like best. I mean, this one's darker, so that looks pretty, but when you feel this one, it has a nice feel to it. So you can emboss or not emboss. And I do have my new cut and emboss machine, and I haven't had a chance to use it. I've been using my old embossers, my old Big Shots. I have 2 of them. I have one that I set up for cutting, for die cutting, and one that I use for embossing. Just makes it easier on me to do that. And you just want to go over, and this should fit the top and the bottom. I have a misbehaving cat, the only one that has not learned that cats do not go on the table. And then I have a little bit to trim here. He's my baby, but he's trying to get my attention. So see, it's easy enough to just slip it. And I also put it up a lot higher than I did the last one. It doesn't matter where you put it. It's all in taste. And then you're going to put your adhesive on it. and center it. Looks like my card base didn't get centered. Sometimes when you cut them, when you score them, they don't always go on center. So you should check that, and I forgot to check it. So let me just see if I can fix that. Oh. Let's see if this side. You know what we're going to do? We're going to take our little friend over here. This is the little guillotine we sold a couple of years ago. Actually, we gave it away to new demonstrators, and then we sold it to our demonstrators. So I purchased one, and it's nice for little cuts. So I'm just gonna straighten my card. Because I do not like it when my cards are not straight. So that's good now. Okay. So getting back to this, we're going to center this on the card. Well, I didn't get it perfectly centered, but that's okay. I'm sure whoever gets it's going to love it no matter what. Now I need to for some reason these usually the blue dots are on the other side, and these came so that when you flip them out, when you take them out, they're on the opposite side that they normally are. So it's making me all messed up, all confused. Okay, now here's my ribbon. And do a little bunny ear bow. Again, like I said, I always like to leave it on the spool because it saves the ribbon. And I can tie bows. I just do the bunny ear because it's the quickest method. And it's the easiest to show you for people that have a hard time doing bows. Because you're just going to use the knot, tighten the knot, and then you're just going to keep pulling your ends. Till you like how it's shaped. And then you're just going to snip it always on an angle. And then, see, the glue dots are usually on this piece, and for some reason they put them on the piece that you normally throw away on the top piece. That makes it hard. Oh, I need to stamp my saying. That's what that little scrap was. Where'd I put it? I said it was for a different card, and it is not. So I need my treat yourself. Because I don't usually do a lot of stamping in for you guys, so just to prove that I can stamp. Let's see if I can find the block that has that on it. Oh, this isn't treat yourself. You melt my heart. Now, I always like when I'm doing sentiments, I always like to do them first. Well, that came out really nice. And the little squeaky noise here is going to be the, it's not squeaking, but I like to clean my stamps right away, even though they're, because of the red tinge and the purple, they are stained already. And then I'm going to use, because that way I can just place it where I want it and punch it out. And then I'm just going to add some adhesive to it. You can also use glue, any adhesive you like. I happen to like the rollers. Like I said, this one I use for scrapbooking. That's why it's so big. We normally go to a scrapbooking group on Saturdays, but with COVID, we haven't been able to go since last March. So we miss our friends. They've been doing Zoom classes, but I've been doing other things on Saturdays. So trying to learn Zoom for my bingo that we're having. I'm excited about it. I have some good prizes, and I have 6 people that entered, so everybody's going to win a prize, so I'm happy about that. I knew everybody would because I'm running it, and I'm very generous with my prizes, especially it being celebration time. It's a good way to introduce a lot of the free prizes. I have a lot of free gifts, and I hope they're excited about their packets they got. All but one of them has gone out. One, I didn't get her address in time, so we're going to just wait. And I'm emailing her cards to her today. And then she'll have those already, but she'll have to use her own. Oh, well, maybe you want to go there. And we'll put a big one up here on that. So just wanted to embellish it with some rhinestones. They're just the basic the basic jewels, the rhinestones, because I'm a glitter girl. And so here's this card. Turn it around this way in case you can't see it the other way. You can see it glitters. And I'm not going to put the center in. Well, I can put the center in. That way I'll just have to stamp it with happy birthday when I send it. This looks like it's, I think I used to do 3.5 by, or 3 3/4 by 5 is what we used to do. But we've gone to a little bit bigger card size in the center. We do it so that it's, because it's the same amount of waste on the paper. So we do, the 5 1/4 by 4 inch, like the front. So it's the same as this. So that's card number 2. And I've got all these stickers over here. So card number 3 is our shaker card. And that's got a lot of fun stuff on that. I'm not sure if we're using those, but okay, so I do need to use, I wonder if this is going to work. See if this little scrap will work. Ooh, it will. I'm going to put treat yourself on that. So these shaker cards are the easiest shaker cards I've ever made. I just love them. So, like I said, I have 2 downlines' birthdays this month, and, well, one's not getting a thank you card, that's for sure. They're getting birthday cards. So they may get these birthday cards. I already have their gifts, so, well, I don't have them yet. They were back ordered, but they're supposedly have shipped some of them. So I'm waiting for them. Hopefully they'll get here before Saturday, because Saturday I'm having some people over for a little thing we're going to do. Now, this I want to use the smaller one that you would use, but if you just go and cut it at the right angle, it cuts off everything, so you need to turn it just a bit. And there. I was able to get 2 tags out of 1. I like that. Okay. So I made yellow because it's so saffron. Or daffodils will light them. Here's my little ice cream cone I've already cut out from the ice cream cone builder punch that came out with the set. So this I'm gonna recut. just so it has a little bit more room. And these are just, that's the inside. These are my ice creams. So I think I put vanilla on it last time too. I want to use vanilla, so yeah. It is so saffron. The so saffron makes it look like a French vanilla ice cream. You can see I'm going to use strawberry. So I'm going to put my one vanilla because then I can decorate it with the little sprinkles. And one of my favorite ice creams is, I would say, I have a lot of favorite ice creams, but maple walnut probably would be my #1 ice cream. And then mint chocolate chip, which on the other card I drew on the green with the early espresso card marker to make it look like mint on the pistachio I do like too. Then I want to do strawberry. And this is your blushing bride. So you can see how those look. I don't know what's wrong with my little baby kitty here. He's just walked by and whimpered. He's usually sleeping all day, especially this time of day. The other two are sleeping. But he just walked by and whimpered because nobody's paying attention to him and nobody's playing with him. So I'm burnishing the edge of the card. It's the actual card. My envelope's over there. So the card is an A2 card, same as everything I always do, is or 90% of the time do. It's an 8.5 by 5.5. Scored at 4 1/4. In the center. And then the fun part is this piece here is 4 inches. It should have a label on it, but I seem to have lost it. But it's 4 inches this way by 5 1/4 this way. And this is just one of our clear envelopes. And you're just going to slide that right in. Really doesn't matter what size cello envelope you use, because you're going to be tucking in and taping the around the edges of what you don't use. So I have my sprinkles somewhere. Where are my sprinkles? In my little box here. So these are the ice cream corner sprinkles is what they're called. And they're little round sprinkles. I prefer chocolate jimmies. That's what we call them here in New Hampshire. And by the way, I'm looking out at new fallen snow, about 3 inches, 2 to 3 inches of freshly fallen snow. My daughter had to snow blow it this morning on the driveway, so it was a little bit of a storm overnight. It's so pretty on the trees. It's warming up, so it's melting. But it's stuck to the ground. That's one thing I do like about winter. It's the snow until it's March and we still have snow. Or April. We've been known to have snowstorms in April. Okay, so this is what the sprinkles look like. And first, what I want to do is tape up that one side. See the extra right here. Just going to take and fold it over, just so I don't have any sprinkles going off to the back. So I'm just folding it towards the back and taping it just with Scotch tape. Now I can add my sprinkles. So you're going to make a little area like that. So you can just put some in there. And then, because I like glitter, I went through my stash and found some old sequins we had. Colorful sequins. I'm sure if you're a stamper that's been around, you have a stash of sequins or whatever. And if you're not, there are sequins that you can, this was just an assortment of iridescent sequins. Okay, so now, this one has a lot of sprinkles. Now they just shake around. Okay. Now, let's build the rest of the card. Take the builder punch, and I need to cut out my ice cream. You can see, let me just line it up. And then you can see it's lined up. There's the vanilla. I'll cut that off. And then I'll line up the strawberry ice cream. strawberry. I haven't tried chocolate. Maybe I'll try chocolate for the next one. I'll do chocolate on this one. That's Neapolitan ice cream. Early espresso would be a good chocolate. That's why there's two sides to a card. I slipped when I took it off. But that makes a yummy chocolate. Let me clean that off. Here's my chocolate. Line it up. Punch. And then I think I'm done with that. Okay, so what you do to get this on is, first we're going to put some ribbon on it. I have to make sure to use the ribbon. It's a very pretty ribbon. It has a stripe in it. I don't know if you can see that stripe. And you can certainly send this card through the mail. I would do it in a padded envelope. I do that a lot with my cards that have a lot of embellishments on them. And we might as well do our bunny ear bow while we have the ribbon out. Push it through. I'm so excited for Friday night and Saturday. My best friend Sarah is coming over. She's one of my downlines, but she's also my business partner. I met her through Stampin' Up. At one of my friends, I did a demonstration and she was there and she booked a party, a demonstration. So then she started coming to my classes and then she signed up to be my first demonstrator. And we became fast friends and turned into best friends really quick. I always say that God sent her to me when I needed her, because it was only a month after my mom had died, and that was 13 months after my dad had died, so it had been a hard 7 years before that. Okay, so back to the ice cream talk. That's happy talk. So you're going to take your adhesive and you're going to go around the outside of your plastic. Let's move the yellow card. This around the outside edges. And then because it's going to be shaken a lot, I do a couple strips down the centers. And then you want to center the card on here. And this one's really full. Look, it's a lot fuller than the last one I made, but that's okay. Okay. Trying to decide on my colors. I think I'm going to put the pink in the chocolate. The strawberry and the chocolate on the outside, and put the vanilla on the inside. So, how did I do this? Where is my card? So I did the card first and then put this over here. Okay. So let's start building with, I just used the adhesive. What did I use? Yep, used dimensionals. Kind of remembered that yesterday, that I did use dimensionals on this, not the adhesive. You just start it down there. I don't want to. Anyway, here's my January host code. That's for if you make a $50 or more order over in the month of January, which is only a couple days left, 4 days left. You would get not only celebration item, you'd also get a gift from me. So it starts at E. So it's EZQQ3 RPC, because I know it goes backwards. Okay. I'm kind of wondering how it would end up going off the card. No, it would not. I'm going to put all 3 layers on the front because I put my ribbon up higher, so I can put my ice creams. So it is a Neapolitan, or we call it Napoleon. Hey, it's tomato. That fits perfectly. That's a nice ice cream cone. We have a place not far from Sarah's house that you only want to get a small, and it looks like that. It's a lot of ice cream. You need a dish. It's called Johnson's. They are so good. So if you're ever in, not sure if it's Chichester or Pittsfield, New Hampshire, It's very good ice cream. And you get a lot for your money. It was one of my dad's favorite stops when we used to go and visit his sister. She lived in Pittsfield. And Sarah and I took her grandchildren there one day, and she couldn't believe the sizes of the ice cream. It's like, yeah, I love Johnson's ice cream. We've been there. And they also have food. Their food is really good as well. My uncle loves it there too. He loves their scallops. He went missing back in the fall when it was cold, and for a few days, and thankfully he was found, and all he wanted was their scallops. He finally got his scallops. He's doing very well now. He had a little frostbite on his hands. So there's that part. And we are going to put this center in. My gun is squeaking right now. So it would be nice to hear from everybody where they're from. I know I have a lot of my friends watching, so I know a lot of them live in New Hampshire or Florida. Like I said, I'm going to cut this piece a little bit bigger instead of the 1/4 inches that I did for the other one. Bring in my cutter. I don't need these. I do actually need that a little bit. I was practicing my thing. I think I'll go a whole 3 inches on the one side, and then do the 2 3/4. 2 3/4. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go 1/4 inch and score around 3 sides, making sure that the 3 inches is the wide part. Kind of hard to show you what I'm doing because it's, well, I could have done it up here. Could see it up here. It's my 3rd edge. So see, I scored around the edges and I left the wider part as the 3 inches. And now you're going to just snip off the corners. So it leaves less bulk for when you put in your card. Before I do that, I'm going to put another ice cream cone. Let's see. Let's do a black raspberry because I have it right here. And I need my cinnamon. Let's see, where's my cone? Hopefully that's in the center. Pretty close. Close that up. And take soft suede. Do the little hash marks. I'll fix those up with the pencil after, because a couple of them didn't come out. And then put black raspberry ice cream right on top. Could have been a little bit darker. I don't know if I can get it. This is where I should have used the stamp apparatus. But it looks good. Wash that off. Close this one up. I used to stand there, and orange sherbet was one of my favorite ice creams as well. I'd stand there as a child at that ice cream stand. I can't even remember the name of it. I remember the location because if my father took a certain turn, we knew where we were going. And you want to burnish the edges with your bone folder. And I couldn't decide if I wanted, because it was hard ice cream, so I couldn't decide if I wanted the black raspberry, the maple walnut, or if I wanted orange sherbet, because that was one of my favorites back then too. I very rarely have sherbet nowadays, but I loved it then. And it is good. It's good if you have a sore throat too. It's good in punch. And you're just going to put adhesive on the edge. Pick off the part that doesn't stick, because it's a little bit small. The tape roller is a little bit wider than a 1/4 inch. So I don't want it to stick on the card you put in there, then they can't get their card out. So then you're just going to fold it under. Fold the bottom under. Center it on the card. Well, on the edge here of the card. I had some color on my fingers, so take that off. Magic erasers. Well, this is a glue eraser. Okay, now let's see about the thank you, where I put that. And let's take the black raspberry again, or blackberry bliss. And just put thank you. Clean my stamp off. Just have a rag here off to the side, or wet. Rag. So there you can see the thank you. Let me pull the card out of the other one. And hopefully it slides in a little easier. Yeah, it has room on this one. So you can put a gift card in there. You can put actually cash or a check in there, just as a thank you. And this would probably be better as a summer card, because that's when the ice cream stands are open around here. Florida, it's good anytime. But it's a cute card for those who like shaker cards, and I like shaker cards, especially this easy way that we now have to do them. And I love the idea. You can do that. You can do this method on any cards. So it's cut at 3 inches by 2 3/4, scored at a 1/4 inch, 3 ways around, 3 corners, 3 sides around, and then you either glue it or adhere it with any adhesive, and then you can slide your card down. You can cut it down a little further if you want it smaller than 2 3/4. Depends on the card you have too, the gift certificate you have. You can go larger or smaller. You can put any sentiment in there. So again, I wanted to show you a trick about putting the sprinkles on. I saved them out. I'm a mess all over the table again. So you're going to take your pick tool, which I'm using my little tool, and you just go, you take one of the glue dots, and then you go and stick it into the little box of sprinkles. You just put it on the card, right on the ice cream. Last night I kept getting everything had yellow on it. So let's see what we get today. Everything seems to have red today. And I'll do one more. And then just pull it right off your tool. I can feel there's more stickiness, so I'm just moving it around to make sure that they stick. So here's the cards. So here's the shaker card again. Lots of shakers in there. Also has the gift card holder inside, which you can do on any card you want. Then we made this card. Again, I'm going to hold it this way, sorry. This one we didn't put a happy birthday in it. And this card here that was inspired by my friend Laura Malone. This calls for confetti and happy birthday with all the ice cream. So let me turn you back up. Hi, Janice and Kathy. Bring them to the camera. I know. I hope I satisfied you by bringing them to the camera. I forget every week everybody asks that. I hope that you enjoyed my birthday cards, the ice cream cards. I know here in Derry, I know Janice lives in Derry. There is a place called Moo's. Everybody loves their ice cream. So in Londonderry, we have Max Ice Cream, and that's a good ice cream stand. But those places are not open, sadly, until the summertime. And like I said, we're enjoying snow right now because it is January. But I will be enjoying ice cream on Saturday and my coconut cake, because that's my favorite cake. I always get a coconut cake for my birthday. So I just wanted to remind you of my host code is EZQQ3RPC. And it should have been displayed the whole time. It's kind of hard to see it. And I hope that you got, like if you don't have a demonstrator and you'd like to try something in Stampin' Up, please contact me, and I'd love to be your creative coach, and I can help you with anything you'd like. If you want to start out slow, it's perfectly fine, and I think Paper Pumpkin is the perfect way to do that. And that's a kit that you can do monthly. You can pay for it for 3 months or 6 months or for a year. But I suggest monthly to start. Get the one box and see if you like it. It's an all-inclusive kit. We never know what it is. That's the only thing. It's a surprise every month, which is fun. So again, I'm going to do that next week. So I do know what it is. I believe it's Valentine's. The kit that just came was Valentine's cards in it. So I'll be doing that to show you what you get in your kits, to help show what it is for if you're just beginning, you know. So to show you something that's an easy make and takes for you. Because I know some of the cards I do are more advanced, and to me they're easy because I've been doing this for 5 years, but I have so much fun doing it, and I've made so many friends and met so many people, a lot from all over the country. When we go to the conventions, we had to do the convention virtual online this year at home, which we had a blast still. We did it, but we missed a lot of our friends that we usually get to see. And being on our big team, I belong to a team that is New Hampshire, and it's called New England Stamp Inkers. So it's New Hampshire and Massachusetts. We all are connected from our downlines and our uplines and sidelines, bylines, all. So and we're all really good friends. We've had retreat sleepovers, and it's just a blast stamping with everybody. So I hope to have my classes up and running. I'm going to be doing some Zoom classes, and hopefully I'll be having classes in person soon, probably by May. I missed that. I also will be teaching classes at Revived Furniture in Derry, so that'll be fun, because I do, besides cards, I do picture frames and scrapbooking and all kinds of crafts, wreaths, painting. Well, painting I'm having a hard time right now. I'm doing some painting, but I'm getting back into my painting. I do multimedia, so it's just enjoyable, crocheting. So if you have a craft that you'd like to learn, I was a seamstress for 30 years, and although I don't sew as much as I used to, and that's because I have arthritis in my hands and it hurts to sew, but I can teach it. So thank you for stopping by today, and I hope to see you next week. Same time, same place. Thank you. Bye.